Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Bishop Stang High School and the John C. O'Brien Court, where tonight the New Bedford Cable Network is proud to present boys high school basketball action. It's the homestanding Spartans of Bishop Stang High School taking on the Durfee High Hilltoppers. Joe Cabral joined by my partner Chris Santos from the John C. O'Brien Court on the campus of Bishop Stang High School. A chance here, Chris, tonight to see one of the teams we've already seen in 2021, Durfee High School, but our first look at Bishop Stang.
Yes, and it's been a tough season for Bishop Stang on the head coach, Colby Santos, in a new league, Joe, in the Catholic Conference League, where they are 0-8 with a lot of traveling, and every game they've played has been in that league. So this is their first local home cooking kind of a game. And so hopefully Santos will have his team ready for this one. They are led by number 3, Declan Maki, the captain, who is 45 points away from making it 1,000, and he's averaging 25 a game this year alone. The bad news, Joe, is they had 2 sophomores that came from France, one standing at 7 foot, one standing at 6'9", but was not allowed to play this year. So that really hurt Colby Santos and his team, at least in that department. He's hoping to have them back for next year, where they will come in Adam Oratani and Theo Stefan, 2 guys that with a height of 6 feet and 6'9", that would really have helped Colby Santos this year. But they are what they are in the league. He says it's a great league. It's some real competitive basketball. So they've had some close games lately, just not have been get over the top. They hope to today maybe pull the upset here against Durfee, who comes in at 6-2, Joe, riding kind of high on the head coach, Joe DeCruz. And as Joe DeCruz just told me, this is a team that has really put it together, and they're buying into his program. He thinks we're a family now, and it starts with his tremendous defense, and that's where he's been happiest the most. And so his program was a little depleted last year, a little down on themselves. They've turned it around this year. He likes what he sees. They are 6-2. They're led by Javon Holly, number 1, and don't forget the new freshman, Joson Sanon, number 3. 2 guys that have been really impressive, who we've seen, Joe, over in New Bedford, and who we'll see here tonight.
Yeah, Holly was outstanding in the matchup against New Bedford High, and Sanon did play a significant role off the bench, and tonight he's in the starting lineup.
That is correct.
So excited for this one, Chris. This will give us a barometer on how good the Catholic Conference is, because we know how good Durfee is, and we also know how they played against New Bedford. So it'll be interesting to see how Bishop Stang matches up with Durfee here tonight.
In that conference, it's the Austin Prep School, Archbishop Williams, Bishop Fan, St. Mary's, Cathedral. Those are the Cardinal Spellman. So some teams that, Joe, pretty impressive.
Oh, it's a tremendous conference.
Yes.
In hockey especially, so we've not had an opportunity to see that as of yet. But in all sports, football, very, very competitive, and we'll see how it plays out here tonight as far as the competition level as they take on Durfee High School. Durfee will have the ball to start it off here this evening. Glad you're with us. Hopefully you're with us on Facebook Live.
Yep.
And a great chance to see some high school basketball, very competitive basketball. Durfee with the basketball to start it off. Holly's up top.
Sorry we didn't give starting lineups. They did not do that here, so we will give them to you as the game goes on.
Holly will take a 3 from distance, and he hits. That's Javon Holly. 3-0 early on, Durfee. Bishop Stang starting off in a 2-3 zone, trying to cut down on the penetration. And Chris, with this very small floor, zone defenses are very, very effective.
It is true. So Holly got it around the perimeter and then waited to the last minute and took the shot and nails a NBA 3.
Here's Markey with the basketball around the perimeter. Got it for a teardrop from Siders. He missed the shot. Rebound to Durfee, and that's Lewis, number 5. Jaden Lewis gets it right side of the arc to Sanon, and now back to Lewis. That's Joson Sanon around the perimeter, back to Lewis. He's up top now. Bishop Stang staying with that 2-3 zone. That's Sanon. He'll take a 3. well off the mark, and the rebound to Bishop Stang. And number 13, Frank Villaro. So Villaro not in the original roster, so he must have moved up from the junior varsity in the starting lineup here tonight. They'll go low block to Markey. Tries to spin to the left hand. His shot no good, but he draws a foul against number 50, Sage Paradise.
Villaro just a freshman. So let's get the starting lineup. Declan Markey on the line. He'll shoot 2. Ethan Clark, number 5. Jacob Siders, Michael Golden, and Frank Villaro.
This is Markey at the free throw line. Missed the first shot. Declan with a smooth stroke. We saw his sister just last week for the Lady Spartans.
Well, the smooth stroke senior needs 45 more points, Joe, to make 1,000, and he's averaging 25 a game this year.
Should be able to get there, but misses 2 free throw. Very uncharacteristic for Declan.
Yep.
Here's Lewis with the basketball across the timeline. Got it to Hawley. Now they'll try to go inside. That's Sanan. Works to the paint, goes up with a right hand, and connects.
Tall, lanky player, can really move off the dribble, Joe. Just a freshman.
5-0. Durfee leading it. First quarter action. Here's Declan Markey. Works with the left hand. Got the basketball to Clark. Now around the perimeter inside. Clark with the runner. And Ethan Clark is fouled and will go to the free throw line.
Going to be called on Paradise again, and I think that's his second.
That'll be the second against Sage Paradise. And to the free throw line. And missing the first, Ethan Clark.
So Stang looking for their first points. For Durfee, it's Hawley wearing number 1, Sanan number 3, Jaden Lewis number 5, Sage Paradise number 50, and Elijah Coleman wearing number 35.
So 1 of 2 from Clark, and Bishop Stang's on the board, trailing at 5-1. This is Hawley.
3-quarter press.
2-2-1, 3-quarter court pressure from Bishop Stang. This is Hawley with the basketball. Got it to Lewis, now back up top, Hawley. Very patient here, now again to Lewis. Tries to work to the baseline, got it to Sanan.
Nice,
had his shot blocked. Inside, that was Siders. No, check that, Villaro with the block. Here's Hawley. And a nice steal here, as in the passing lane, it was Golden. I believe they're going to call a shot clock violation here because of no possession.
Right, but the ball was not in possession, so it shouldn't even have gone off. There was a turnover.
It should be Bishop Stang basketball. Even if the ball's loose, the shot clock can continue to run, and that was the judgment from the scorer's table. That even though there was a steal, there was really no possession, so they let it run. Either way, it's Bishop Stang basketball. This is number 10, Siders, way up top. Jacob Siders works it to number 5, Clark. Trying to get to his right hand, had it knocked away and stolen. Here's Sanan with the basketball. Tries to go right to the goal, hangs, misses the shot, follow inside, back up and in. And that Sanan is so athletic.
Yeah, and see how he stayed with the play, Joe, and then hung tough in there? Man-to-man defense. A lot of picks for Bishop Stang. Trying to get to the basket. Here's a high pick for Markey.
Here's Markey, open 3. He's going to take the high arcer. No good. Ball loose on the floor, and Coleman lets it run out of bounds. So Durfee basketball. Bishop Stang cold shooting here to start it off, trailing 7-1. This is Jaden Lewis with the basketball. Sanan back to Lewis up top, working around the perimeter. That's Hawley, another 3. Back iron, no good. Rebound to Markey for Bishop Stang. Faked the pass, kept it. Markey gets the ball to Siders. He'll take a 3. His shot no good. Inside, Villaro, nice save, but it goes to Paradise. Now get it to Sanan, wants to run the floor, gets to that right hand, and missed the shot. The ball goes out of bounds, and they'll say it's off of Durfee.
Staying ice cold from the field and ice cold from the free throw line, 1 for 4 there. And I have them right now on official 0 for 6 from the field. So trying to find some offense here. The Spartans, 7-1 our score, 4:28 to go. Glad you're joining us on the New Bedford Cable Network and Facebook.
This is Markey with the basketball. Got it to Siders. Siders tries to work to the paint. Back to Markey. Thought about it. Now get it to Siders for three. His high arcer. This time it's good.
They'll count that one.
Jacob Siders. It was a two-man game between Markey and Siders, both looking for the three, and then Siders finally freed up and hits. Ball goes over the top. They'll get it to Coleman. He'll bring it back up top to Lewis. Tries to penetrate. Goes with a left hand. No good. Rebound tipped up by Paradise.
Oh,
had it knocked away and
underneath.
a nice steal there, but they'll say he dribbled it out of bounds.
So they put Markey down low and moved Clark. Actually, let me phrase that. Moved Miles Rosa up to the guard spot in the 2-3. So Markey was at guard. He's now down at the forward.
Way up top. Hawley with the basketball. Gets it to Coleman. Goes with the right hand. Missed the shot, but a nice follow there by Paradise. Big body and has a lot of height. Boxed out Markey and was able to come up with the putback.
Yeah, Markey's got to do a better job of closing that gap on the inside. Don't let him get position on you.
You got to do that very early.
Yes.
Here's Markey with the basketball. Tries to use a pick from Golden. They'll go back to Golden. Way up top. That's Valaro for three. His shot no good. Rebound to Sanon.
Joe, what are we saying in the pregame that the Cruz really likes his defense and what they've been doing?
And a nice pass there to get it to Paradise, and he hits. And it's 11-4. Durfee leading it. 3 minutes left.
They've been making it very difficult for Bishop Stang to get off some good quality shots.
First quarter action. Markey bounces it off his foot. They'll advance it to Hawley. He's going to try to get to the goal with a Euro step, and he lays it in.
There's got to be a timeout now, and Kobe Santos will call one because right now it's all Hilltoppers, and they have just been taking it to the Spartans. And Joe, defense leads to good offense, and once they're making the turnovers, they're getting the ball up fast. And when you got someone like Hawley and Sanon, and those two guys who can go to the basket, and then they feel, hey, they want to come at us, we'll go down low to Paradise, and the big fella's doing the job off the glass.
And very quick transition basketball on this short floor. You saw it there, quick steal, and immediately you're down the other end for a layup if you get the ball and advance it ahead of the pack. And they got it that time to Hawley. And with that bucket, it's 13-4.
Well, if you've never been to Bishop
Durfee.
Stang in the John C. O'Brien Gymnasium, think about almost double the size of what we see when we go to New Bedford Voc. It's almost, Voc is that much bigger. This is a very small floor. Very
Typical
small,
CYO
yep. Small sidelines.
gymnasium.
Yep.
We're up on the stage. You saw it in any of the CYO gyms that were originally constructed back in the late 50s, early 60s. Penetration inside DeRosa with the left-hand shot, no good. Rebound to Sanon.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's a good move. Just can't get finished right now, this thing.
This is Hawley. Gets a teardrop off. No
Oh.
good. Follow inside by Paradise. He missed the shot. But he's getting second looks every time
Yes,
down.
right now he is.
This is Zero Vega in the lineup. Luis Vega. Vega tried to get inside, kick it around the perimeter. Baseline three, rimmed out. That shot was up by Daniel Sullivan, no good.
Hey, Joe, remember we've had a few years here when Stang was having their runs
Dominant teams.
with some great players, and unfortunately, times change, and so they're a little down, but they'll get some people back. Kobe Santos will have this team moving, I'm sure, next year.
When you talk about the two players you addressed in the
Yes.
pregame with that type of height, that's really unprecedented for Bishop Stang.
Oh,
We'll
yeah.
have to see how good they are, but certainly, that's unreal in the South Coast as far as height.
Good
The ball
block.
deflected and blocked inside. Markey comes away with it, and then a foul will be called against Hawley
Yep.
as he reached in against Declan Markey.
When you have 7 feet and 6'9" for high school, let me tell you, it can turn a lot of things around. Imagine
that's-
having those two and you had Maki with you. Oh boy, that would be a nice little lineup, and that's what Kobe Santos was hoping, but it didn't work out for him this year.
That's Vega. Goes with a reverse, no good. But they're going to call a foul.
Let's see if it's on Paradise, and if it is, that could be his third. We don't have the scoreboard that gives us that situation. I think it's 3, but I'm not sure.
Free throw by Vega is up and good.
checking in for Paradise will be number 23, Jeriel Rivera.
And for Bishop Stang in the lineup for the first time tonight, Jackson Tingley Prince.
Wearing number 4.
Second free throw by Vega, no good. Rebound to Coleman. He'll get it to Hawley. Skip pass over the top. They'll get it back to Hawley. Round the perimeter for Durfee. This is Hawley up top against that 2-3 zone. They'll work back to Hawley. Tried to get to the paint, could not, was shut down. Gets it inside to Sanan. Now Coleman, he'll work to the paint. Goes up off the glass, no good. Rebound inside by Sullivan.
Remember, no Paradise in there now, so it's going to be tough for second chances for Durfee. They got to step it up on the defense, and that's what they've been doing so far in this first quarter.
This is Prince inside, protected it well, did not draw the foul. Rebound to Durfee. They're going to advance it ahead of the pack to Hawley. He's going to lay it up and in.
Now, I thought he was banged there by Sanan. They didn't make the call.
It was a body
I thought
collision, but no foul call there. And then Hawley, again, leaked out. Now Durfee trying it again. This time it's a turnover as Markey stepped in the passing lane. Gets to the goal, squeezes one up. No, goes up again, but draws a foul.
I think he's going to call it on Coleman. They are 35. It's good hustle by Markey. Working hard on the glass. Back to the free throw line for 2 more for him with 24 seconds left in the first.
Free throw by Markey is up, and this time it's good. First point of the night for Declan Markey. 15-6. Bishop Stang down by 9. And 2 free throws for Declan Markey.
Let's see if Durfee tries to hold it for the last shot. Little pressure from Stang, bringing it up.
Shot clock is turned off.
Yep.
Hilltoppers Lewis with the basketball. Gets it to Rivera. Jeriel Rivera, number 23, just in the lineup. Rivera tries to work to the paint, turns it down, and gets it back to Hawley. Hawley's way up top. Nicely to Coleman. Coleman off the glass, missed the shot. Tip inside, Sanan goes back up, and he draws a foul with 0.1 second left in the first quarter.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's going to be called on Rosa, his first. Miles Rosa, number 2. So put Sanan on the line. Misses the first.
Sanan will get a second. 15-7. Durfee leading it. And hits the second. 16-7, and with a fraction of a second, only 0.1, you can't even get a shot off. You have to tip one in, basically. And so as soon as the ball was inbounded, the quarter came to a close, and we have 8 minutes of play in the books. And Durfee leads Bishop Stang 16-7
well,
after 1.
Yeah, unfortunately for Stang, Joe, it's a matter of getting some shots to drop for them. I mean, they had Siders' 3, and then every other point has been from the free throw line. They just can't get anything to drop in. Doesn't matter if they shoot from the outside or even drive to the basket. We saw a 3-pointer go around and out. We saw a couple of the live dribbles up in the round, just not able to fall. And then on the other side, we talked about the 2 guys that we thought would really be good for Durfee in Hawley and Sanan. And Hawley right now has 7, and Sanan has 5 out of the 16. So they are 3/4 of the scoring for the Hilltoppers. But it's been their defense, Joe, I think that's really been making it difficult for Bishop Stang, and that's what the Cruz really likes about this team. He says it starts there, and we bring it all together as a family, and we get the job done.
Yeah, especially on this type of floor, again, very hard to get to the rim if you have consistent defensive effort by a team, and Durfee displaying that in that first quarter. Very hard for Stang. Stang did not get off any clean looks close to the goal. They did have some from the outside.
Yeah, they did.
But inside, everything was contested. This is Markey with the basketball. Got it to number 0, Vega. Back to Markey. Tries to go off the glass, but again, contested by Sanan.
Yep.
And he's long and lanky.
He got picked. They went around. By the time Markey caught it, Sanan was already back, and he made it difficult. That's all you need to do. Make it difficult.
That's Coleman. Got the ball to Rivera. They'll work it around the perimeter to the goal. That's Hawley. Pulled up, hit the shot, count the basket. 9 points on the night for Javon Hawley thus far.
Yeah, very slick, smooth junior. Remember, just a junior. And he might be short in stature, but boy, he's not afraid to take it inside as well.
And doesn't play at a frenetic pace. So even though he's playing fast, it's controlled. And sometimes you see players who try to play fast, out of control. They're going to wipe that free throw away because of a lane violation.
Okay.
So it'll stay 18-7, 11-point Durfee lead. This is Vega with the basketball. Trying to get it to Markey.
Good move.
Pull up, that time from 18, but again, a contested shot. Ended up being a fall away. Could not hit.
That was just inside the free throw line, Joe, so a pretty good square up look. Just couldn't get it to drop.
But again, shut down initially on the penetration move, so he had to go up with the fall away and didn't make the shot. Not an easy shot. You're falling away in high school. It's not something you're used to doing constantly. This is Hawley. Working around the perimeter. Coleman to the goal. Missed the shot. Rebound to Bishop Stang. Here's Vega with the basketball. Going to try to get to the rim with the left hand, and this time he hits.
And uncontested on that one, Joe. Just went down. No one stepped in to take the charge. No one really forced him to do anything different.
First real good look and transition bucket for Bishop Stang. Spartans trying to get aggressive here defensively. They'll go back up top, working around the perimeter, and I'll get it to Hawley.
Good luck.
Kicks it inside nicely, and Lewis had his shot blocked. Nice block there in the inside by Clark, and then a loose ball on the floor. They're going to say it belongs to Durfee.
Sanon in the middle of that.
Sanon with Prince.
They had gotten a good rebound, but the outlet pass and was deflected off. Ball on the ground for it, goes off. Gonna have a quick sub coming in. See who they're gonna take out.
There was a nice block there by Clark, but then as they tried to work transition.
Hargraves is in.
Not the best of passes. That's a three, up no good by Rivera, rebound to Bishop Stang. Here's Vega's going to try to push the pace again. Get it to Clark, finds his way inside. Oh, missed the shot. Nice move, but missed the shot.
I think there was travel in there, Joe. They just
should have been a travel, but got to the goal. Hawley, teardrop off the glass, no good. Rebound, Bishop Stang with it.
Back and forth.
This is Markey. He's going to try to take it himself, pull up, and he hits. Declan Markey that time got to free throw line extended, hit the shot. 18-11. Bishop Stang down 7. They come away with a steal. Siders from behind. Here come the Spartans.
Here he comes.
This is Vega. Kicks to Siders. He's going to take a high arcing three. It's an air ball. Rebound to Durfee. Stang now picking up the pace, and this is how they like to play on this small floor. Penetration there. It was Rivera, kicks to the corner, and they'll say that's a three from the corner. Hargraves, first bucket of the night for Colin Hargraves. Back to a 10-point Durfee lead. Here's Vega, we'll get it to Prince. Now here's Vega, wants to work to the paint, got inside, kicks it out. They'll work around the perimeter. Here's Siders. This is Clark. Markey's gonna have to take one. Nicely
inside.
Got it to Clark, and he makes the shot this time.
Yeah, a little high.
Nice pass there.
Little high pick and roll, Joe.
Yes, and a nice pass from Markey. The bounce pass finds Clark with only 2 seconds left on the shot clock, but he lays it up and in. Back to an 8-point deficit for Bishop Stang. Around the perimeter, this is Hawley. They'll go to Coleman. Oh, Sanon, about 12-footer, no good. Rebound inside. Sanon comes away with it over the back, but no contact. That's a high arcing three, and it's up and good by Rivera.
Every time they've had an extra look, Joe, they're getting it off, and it's dropping for them.
And that really hurt. Bishop Stang had some good defense early on, and it shut down Sanon. That's Vega to the goal. He'll be headed to the free throw line. A foul called on Coleman.
Should be his second.
So Bishop Stang doing a better job now getting to the rim and getting good looks. And Vega from the free throw line hits.
4 off the bench for him. He's been a little spark plug, Joe. He's been going strong to the basket.
Done a good job.
Yep.
Valaro checking back in along with Rosa. Misses the second, however, and here's Hawley. 10-point Durfee lead. Hawley working it around the perimeter. Takes a long three. This time it was contested. No good. Rebound to Bishop Stang. Spartans want to run the floor. Here's Vega. Tries to work his way inside. Gets it to Markey. He's going to take an NBA three, and his shot is good.
Better not get him hot.
He can hit from distance.
Sure can.
And he connects, getting Bishop Stang to within 7. Pressure now from the Spartans. Coleman inside, missed the shot, but there's Sanon. Oh, had his shot blocked by Clark.
Clark's been doing that here tonight. That's his 3rd block.
Rosa with the basketball. Could be a 5-second violation. Had to get rid of it. Nicely got it to Clark, and now back to Rosa. Way up top.
Teddy George, the official, said nope, was not 5.
That was Markey for 3. No good. Rebound inside. Taken by Rivera, and a foul will be called against Valaro.
Yeah. 2 officials tonight, Teddy George, and closest to us with the ball in his hand is Rico Vicente. So what's interesting, Joe, is watch when Hawley gets the ball here, Joe. Watch how smart he is. He knows they're not pressuring him, so he kind of takes his time. He never rushes anything. And then, he looks so confident bringing up the ball, and then he just says, okay, let me go over the timeline. I'm all set. And then we'll start our offense. Some guys would rush that, turn it over. He looks very confident running this offense for Durfee.
Well, he knows the principles of a 3-quarter 2-2-1, and you're kind of waiting for the offensive player to come to you as Sanon hits a jumper. 26-17, 9-point Durfee lead. This is Vega with the basketball being guarded by Hawley. Vega tries to work to the left hand to the lane, could not get there, gets it up top, Valaro. Now here's Markey. Markey way up top, works his way to the paint, squeezes one up with the right hand, missed the shot. Rebound to Coleman.
Had the move and the look, Joe. Just can't finish.
Skip pass over the top. That was Hargraves who turned it down. Had a look at a 3. Got it instead up top to Hawley, around the perimeter. That's Rivera, back to Hawley. 10 on the shot clock. Inside to Sanon. They're going to call a kick. That's going to reset the shot clock.
10 points apiece in this quarter. 16-7 at the end of the first.
That's Rivera for 3. Shot up, no good. Rebound this time to Bishop Stang. Spartans with it. Here's Vega. He's been pushing the pace. Gets inside with the left hand. Missed the shot. He's done a good job getting inside, but they're not finishing. This again is Vega. Going to take an NBA 3. No good. Rebound inside. Tip to by Golden. Got it to himself and then hits. Nice follow there by Michael Golden.
Yeah, worked hard twice on the glass.
Spartans sideline up as they've gotten back to within 7 again. Here's Hawley working against Vega. Now Rivera against Prince inside. Sanon missed the shot and a nice rebound there by Valaro. He'll get it to Vega. Vega's got a good change of pace. Got it to Markey. Markey looking to free up that shooting hand.
There it is.
Coleman on him. Inside, no good. And a rebound to Durfee. Here's Sanon. Will kick to the corner. That's Rivera for 3. High arcer, way off the mark.
Hargraves on that one.
That was Hargraves.
Yes.
Check it. This is Vega. Works his way inside with the right hand. No foul call. And then the ball goes out of bounds, and they'll say it's off of Durfee. So it'll be Bishop Stang basketball with the timeout on the floor, and the score, Durfee 26, Bishop Stang 19.
And that was a long run, Joe, of getting up and back. You can see Sanon real tired from that one, hands on hips. A lot of guys going for the water quickly. That was a big spurt without a timeout, running up and down the court. 26-19 with 41.4 remaining here in the half. So Stang can close it out, Joe. Maybe get a couple of quick ones, and they're right back in this game.
And the thought here has to be a 2-for-1. So you have 41.4 seconds left. If you can get a shot off real quick, you'll probably get another possession. And really, that's what you're looking for. If you hold it here, You have a quick inbound opportunity here. So if you can get a nice inbound look and score quickly, you'll get another opportunity with the basketball. You're down 7. You'd love to keep it, obviously, under double digits. You look good for that. But if you can get it down here, Chris, to 5 or less, you'd be ecstatic after the way it played out in that first quarter with your shooting being so cold in that first 8 minutes of play.
Yeah, it was when I asked the Crews, I talked about that game. They beat Brockton, and he said it was all our defense. We really shut them down. We saw New Bedford too beat them, but if you can shut down a Brockton offense, you're doing well.
That's a baseline 3 up by Rosa, no good. Follow there, Volaro with a baby hook, and Frank Volaro, the freshman, hits.
Yes, and that looked very nice. Thought he was going to call for over the back. Nope, they let him play. Turn around and gets it.
Shot clock and game clock very close. Nice steal here by Vegas. Going to get ahead of the pack. Reverses one up, misses, and a follow. It's up and in by Rosa. So Miles Rosa off the bench follows the miss by Vega. He hits and is fouled.
And that will put Holly for 2 fouls.
Bishop Stang to within 3 with Miles Rosa on the free throw line. No good. Rebound loose on the floor. Stang comes up with it and laid up and in by Markey. Bishop Stang to within 1.
How about these last 41 seconds, Joe?
They can really trap on this floor. Here's the ball in the hands of Rivera working around the perimeter. Holly and the shot clock, the game clock goes off without Durfee even getting a shot off. They were a bit frazzled there, Chris, at the end of that second quarter. And as a result, at the half, we have a score of Durfee 26 and Bishop Stang 25. What a stretch at the end for Bishop Stang.
6 unanswered there at the end before the half with 41 seconds to go. So Rosa doing a great job. Volaro doing the job as well, really putting the pressure on, getting steals. Then another 2 from Maki. And they take over that last 41 seconds and now only down by 1. 26-25.
They were kind of feeling their way through that first quarter. They did not shoot well, but they also were not as aggressive defensively. And you saw late, especially in that second quarter, Chris, Bishop Stang getting very aggressive on the ball. We were talking about getting to within 5 when they had an inbounds possession with 41.4 seconds and being happy if they could do that. They got to within 1 because even though they missed a shot, they followed and hit and then stole it again on another opportunity after a missed free throw. And as a result, get it all the way down to 1 at the half. Halftime, 2 minutes and 30 seconds in length. So we're already down to about 1 minute and 15 left before we get ready for third quarter action. So glad you're with us on Facebook Live and the New Bedford Cable Network. Score at the half. It's Durfee 26, Bishop Stang 25. Chris is doing a quick tabulation of the first half scoring leaders. So let's go to Chris Santos for a look at how that first half shook out.
So 16-7 in the first quarter, 26-25 at the half. So think of obviously an 18-10 second quarter for Bishop Stang. Durfee's led by Holly with 9, Sanon with 7, Paradise with 4, Hargraves with 3, and Rivera with 3. And for Stang, it's Maki with 9, Vega off the bench with 4, Siders with 3, Clark with 3, Rosa with 2, Golden with 2, and Volaro with 2. And Durfee will start the second half with the ball and back to Joe Cabral.
Second half action. Here's Javon Holly with the basketball. 2-3 zone from Bishop Stang. Sanon trying to work his way to the paint, shut down there by Markey. They're going to stay with Sanon on this left wing. Now they'll go back up top to Holly with 15 on the shot clock. Around the perimeter, Lewis back to Holly, a long 3, shot no good, rebound to Volaro. Vega starting here in this second half, did a nice job off the bench in the first half. Earns himself some additional playing time. Squeezes his way inside. Has some nice moves, just not ready for prime time yet with his finishes, and a foul is called against Bishop Stang on the rebounding action.
And that time, Joe, he tried to go up against Paradise and had to go way out with his left hand to get that up.
Yeah, got inside nicely and has been patient. Good speed and quickness. This is Hawley with the basketball. Bishop Stang staying with that 2-2-1. And at the very least, what it does is it reduces the time you have in the half court as it burns some shot clock. Here's Hawley trying to work to the baseline. Could have been called for palming. Takes a little 15-footer. No good. Rebound to Villaro. Villaro will get the basketball to Golden. Now they'll get it to Rosa, number 2. Back up top, Vega. Bishop Stang's made a couple of changes in their starting lineup. Here's Markey trying to work to the left hand to the goal. He laid up and in.
And for the first time tonight, the Bishop Stang Spartans take the lead, 27-26.
And again, Durfee is beating this pressure, but Bishop Stang is happy with the fact that they burn off another 6 or 7 seconds off the shot clock. Here's Sanan. He'll go back up top. Penetration from Lewis. Fastball pass looking for Paradise, and it whizzed by his ear.
Wasn't close to being ready for that pass.
That was like a Nolan Ryan fastball that went past the ear of Bob Montgomery. With the basketball, this is Vega. We'll get it to Markey. Working against Sanan.
Right now, Joe, I got everyone asking me on Facebook, who the heck is Bob Montgomery? Showing your age on that one, Joe.
Yeah, but Nolan Ryan, they knew he's same generation.
Yeah.
Here's the penetration move. Get it ahead to Sanan. He'll go to the goal. He's going to hit it, count the basket, and a foul will be called against Vega, nearly sending Sanan for a ride.
Oh, yeah, that was
even shaking his right hand still, but he was able to make the shot.
Wow, that was something there, because that looked ugly on where he landed.
And Bob Montgomery was a backup catcher for the Red Sox.
He
I know
was.
you know. He was one of the last players, Chris, to have the insert in the hat. Remember the insert rather than wearing a helmet?
Yeah.
He was one of the final players that I can ever remember. That's Markey.
Great block
from 18
from
feet, and he had
Lewis.
his shot blocked by Lewis. Here's Hawley to the goal. Spins one up. No good, but they're going to call a foul.
So they're calling this one on. This one's going to be on Valero, his second. And send Hawley to the line. That would have been impressive if that one would have dropped, Joe.
Lots of English on that
Sure did.
attempt from Hawley, but he's at the free throw line shooting 2. Hits the first.
I actually met Bob Montgomery at the Allendale Country Club. They had a little,
He was a good golfer.
yes, and they had a, when I was a kid, since it was right near my house, we walked over and we saw some stars, and he was there.
Shot up, no good. Rebound by Markey. This is Vega with the basketball. Tries to work to the right hand, the baseline. Thought about reversing it, did not. Kicks the ball instead to Rosa for 3. His ball is well short.
Good look.
There's a pass over the top. The safety, Markey, was there, and he stole it. Sanan from behind trying to get to Markey. Squeezes one up.
Ooh, no call.
And they're going to say no foul.
Wow, Enrico Vicente let that one go.
And Colby Santos is up in
Yeah,
arms.
he didn't like that one.
This is Hawley inside, trying to work his way against Villaro.
How about Hawley?
And they allowed that one to go from Hawley. I think that was a little bit of a makeup, but should have been a foul, but Hawley didn't care, made the shot.
32-27 our score.
There was
Hilltoppers.
a lot of contact there. Kicked the ball outside Rosa for 3, and this time he hits. Miles Rosa, Bishop Stang back to within 2, trailing at 32-30.
He's got 5.
Frenetic pace, one of the best games we've seen so far this year. In the corner, that's Hawley. Gets it inside to Coleman, tries to work his way to the goal against Gold, then missed the shot, but comes up with his own follow.
That's just hard work right there from Coleman.
Vega advances the basketball to Villaro. He's going to take a high arcing 3. His shot no good. Rebound inside loose. And Durfee comes away with it. It's Hawley. Speeds his way down the floor. Squeezes up a shot. No foul. Coleman with a follow. No good.
Nice block.
Had his next attempt followed by Villaro. And there was a foul there, Chris.
Yeah.
You could see the the hit. But there have been quite a few hits as of late on these
Now the
in-close opportunities.
The thing about Paradise, Joe, is obviously he doesn't get much off the ground, but he's got long arms, and he just really gets them up there and just grabs the rebounds on that defensive side.
And he's a wide body,
oh, yeah.
Paradise. So what happens is he creates a lot of space. Free throw there from Elijah Coleman, his first point of the night. 35-30. Durfee up by 5. Durfee is much better with Paradise on the floor. Really gets them second and third opportunities.
I have him with 3, Joe. If you remember, he worked hard. Remember that? He was working hard underneath a couple possessions ago.
So make it 4 now
yes.
for Coleman in light of that as he hits 2 free throws. Here's Vega with the basketball.
36-30 our score. 4 minutes left here in the third quarter.
Way up top, that's Clark. Tries to work to the paint, goes up with the right hand, and he hits.
Yeah, and that's just too fast for Paradise.
Yeah, you got to pull him out from the basket, and it worked there with Clark doing that. As Paradise came out, Clark blew right past him and laid it up and in. That's Lewis for 3,
Ooh.
And his shot is good.
A streaky shooter, and he made one there. His first that I have.
39-32, first 3 points. That's Rosa for 3. Off the front of the iron, no good. Rebound to Durfee. Here's Lewis, thought about it. Got it to Sanan, works his way inside, squeezes one up, no good. Rebound to Clark, protects the basketball and gets it to Vega. Vega gets past Hawley and has pace.
Good play.
But had Lewis step in the way. Lewis with the ball, goes up, had his shot deflected by Clark. And then a foul's gonna be called against Durfee.
Sanan.
And number 3, Sanan.
Good hustle, though, by Hawley on the back. Then coming back with Lewis to make that steal. They just couldn't finish.
39-32. Durfee's opened it back up to a 7-point lead. Vega with the basketball. Gets it to Siders. Now back up top, Rosa working it around the perimeter.
They got Paradise out.
He's going to get inside again against Paradise. Ooh. Oh, he missed the shot.
I mean, he's
got
got
all the way to the
arms.
goal, but could not hit.
Yeah.
It's a good mismatch.
Yes.
Inside, that's Hawley. Spin one up, no good. Rebound there to Rosa. Rosa gets the basketball to Vega. Vega with it. Tries to work his way inside. Tried to kick it to Clark. It was deflected and goes out of bounds.
Up by 7. Kobe Santos says, hey, slow it down a little bit. Checking in Greg Morales, number 1. First time calling his name. 19 left on the shot clock. Durfee up by 7, 39-32. 2:30 remaining here in the third quarter.
They're going to get it to Markey in the corner. He's been relatively quiet tonight. Yep. Way up top, Clark. Again, they're looking for that mismatch against Paradise. He's done a good job getting to the goal. Gets it to Markey. Looked like he had a look. Works his way inside. Ball is on the floor. Sanan is a tough matchup for Markey because so long and lanky and very aggressive. A good defensive, defensive ball player.
If you're going to bring Paradise out and get him to the free throw line, then get someone down low and maybe work it inside then if you want to do it that way.
That's Vega for 3. And Luis Vega hits from distance. 39-35. Bishop Stang back to within 4. 2 minutes and 2 seconds left. Third quarter action. Way up top. That's Lewis with the basketball, working against Siders. Got it to Hawley. Paradise trying to set up in the low block, being guarded by Markey. They'll go back up top instead to Lewis. Tries to work his way inside. Squeeze up a shot. They're going to call a foul there. Looked like a reach-in maybe against Markey, and that's what they call. Kind of forced it. The officials have been disciplined here tonight that when you're trying to force something, they're not bailing you out with foul calls, but that time maybe an opportunity. Lewis's free throw up, no good. 1:44 left, third quarter action. Bishop Stang trailing Durfee 39-35. At the free throw line, Jaden Lewis.
2 different sneakers, at least color-wise. Blue and black and fluorescent orange, I guess.
Here's a free throw from Lewis. Vega with the basketball. Back to a 5-point Durfee lead. That's Morales. Oh, nicely inside. And Markey will squeeze one up and draw a foul.
Yeah. Nice low pick underneath to get Markey to come around on the old picket fence and get him to the basket, Joe.
Foul on Sanon.
Just couldn't finish it.
Markey at the free throw line. Gets the first one to go. Gets a second.
Remember, he needs 45 on starting tonight to get to 1,000. I have him unofficially at 12.
And he hits 13 points now for Declan Markey.
Yep.
Bishop Stang back to within 3.
Hanging around, Joe. Only down by 3. Only had the lead once in this game.
And they've gone a lot deeper into their bench, so we'll see if that plays a factor. It did in the first half, for sure. But Paradise was also
offensive.
on the bench.
That's
and
offensive.
They're going to wipe it away and call an offensive foul against Elijah Coleman.
I got him as 3 unofficial, but I do have him at 3. So I think Rivera will have to check in for Coleman. That's for sure.
Looks like Rivera, 23, will head to the scorer's table and check in for Coleman. Get the basketball here to Morales. Again to Markey. Worked his way inside last time, missed the shot. Morales inside, looked for a rebound, but it's taken by Sanon.
And a good aggressive rebound by Sanon, too.
Around the perimeter. Durfee's Hawley from the baseline for 3, missed the shot, then goes out of bounds off of Paradise.
52 seconds left, down by 3, 40-37. Let's see if they make a little run here, Joe, like they did at the end of the half.
This is Vega, 3-point Durfee lead. Vega trying to work against Hawley, gets his way inside, but with the left hand missed the shot.
Solid
Paradise.
defense from Hawley, made it difficult.
It's tough to go against Sanon and Hawley. They're just too good. Hawley works his way inside. Little jump stop, missed the shot. Nice rebound there by Markey.
Wanted a foul, didn't get the call.
Here's Vega. Advance the ball, baseline, pass. Siders gets it to Markey. Still plenty of time left here. 15 on the shot clock and the game clock.
Ooh.
And a penetration move and a foul is called there as Vega got to the goal, took a hit on the arm, and will head to the free throw line.
That will be on Lewis as Vega goes to the line.
Missed the free throw. Bishop Stang struggled a bit from the free throw line.
He's 2 for 5 from there, Joe.
Can't have your guard shooting 40% from the free throw line. And missed them both.
Short on that one. So 12 seconds to go. Let's see if Durfee can get a clean shot off. Here comes Hawley.
Here's Hawley, works his way up the floor. Oh, nice job there by Clark as he stepped in the passing lane on a ball intended for Paradise. Let's see here. They're going to say no. Bishop Stang saying it's our ball, but no, the official said it was off of Stang. So Durfee basketball.
6 seconds.
6.1 seconds left.
Rivera
Rivera will inbound.
He'll shoot it.
Got it to Hawley, going against Vega. Hawley shut down, takes a high arcing 2. Shot was no good as the quarter comes to a close. So 3 quarters of play now in the books, and Durfee leads Bishop Stang 40-37. So another very competitive quarter.
Yep.
Durfee able to open up as much as a 7-point lead, and after having that first half lead that was as much as 11, brought down to 1 at the half. Here in the third quarter, they're back up to a 3-point lead with 8 minutes of basketball remaining.
So 16-7 at the end of the first, 26-25 at the half, and a 14-12 advantage in scoring for Durfee to be up by 3, 40-37 as we end the third quarter and we get to the fourth, Joe, it'll be interesting to see the fatigue factor, because a lot more bench players being used by Stang than Durfee, that's for sure. Coleman with 3. I think Paradise is with 3. Sanan has 2. Holly has 2. Only Valaro has fouls for Stang that are really significant. He has 3. And so as they break the huddle.
Yeah, Durfee's only gone 7 deep, but
Yeah.
they're making a move here, bringing in Mickey Sari, number 25, to gobble up some minutes here in the fourth quarter. Had only gone 7 deep prior to that, while Bishop Stang had gone 10 deep.
Right.
So, again, fatigue could be a factor. And their star players, Holly's been on the floor virtually the entire time, had a very, very short break in the first half. Rivera back to Holly up top, Sanan high post. They're working around the perimeter. That's Sari. Oh, nice pass. Got it to Sanan. He missed the shot.
Yeah, and that's not Sanan. He's been making those. And he was close.
Here's Clark. He wants to work against Paradise. Going to take a 3. Around and in.
It's only
very
a 2.
soft.
Only a 2.
Check that. They'll say he was on the line.
Yep.
Only a 2, but very soft rims here at Bishop Stang. And Clark now with 7. With the basketball, this is Holly up top. Goes high post and on. Nearly moved both feet. Did not. Gets it back to Holly. Holly working against Vega. Holly had it taken away by Vega. Now they'll get it to Markey, and Vega with the basketball. Bishop Stang can take the lead.
Yeah, been a spark plug, Joe, off the bench. He really has. He's done a great job.
Certainly has.
Yeah.
Good, very good ball handler.
Yep.
And aggressive defensively. Here's Vega. The step to the corner. Try to get it to Markey, then instead goes up top. That's Siders. Siders back to Vega. 10 on the shot clock. Tried to work to the baseline. He's shut down. Goes over the top. As Bishop Stang calls a timeout here with 7 on the shot clock. They want to make sure they get off a shot here. So Colby Santos with the timeout so he can set up a set play.
Well, trapped in that right corner, and they tried to come out with it. They went back to the right corner again, and they could never find anything they wanted. And Colby Santos says, hey, let's go the opposite way. Let's work it around the perimeter. They weren't doing it. He didn't like it, Joe. I don't think he thought they were going to get a good shot off, so he called timeout. Again, only 7 seconds, though, remaining on the shot clock.
Yeah, and very few timeouts being called here in 2021 with the COVID concerns, and the pace of the games are just extremely fast most of the time. So burning a timeout, rarely do coaches get to the end of the game and they're like, well, I wish I had saved timeouts. So burning one here, really not a waste, because you're not calling timeouts very often. And you want to get off a good shot, chance to take the lead. And only the second time tonight they'll be able to get out in front if they can hit here.
So with a 1-point lead, Stang looking to take the lead for the second time only tonight.
That's Markey with the basketball with the left hand to the goal, lays it up and in.
Yeah, got a high pick, and Paradise was late getting back. And it took too long, and they got the lead again.
And Bishop Stang leads at 41-40. Nice steal there by Morales, stepped in the passing lane. We'll get the ball here to Vega. Siders with the basketball. Now get it to Markey. Morales looking to set a pick.
On Sanan from clock.
He's going to pull up top. Take
fouled.
a 2. Goes to the floor. No call. Morales comes up with a loose ball. Gets it to Vega. Vega tried to work to the baseline. Was shut down. Vega kicks to the corner.
That's a 3.
That's an open 3 for Clark. Shot no good. Rebound again to Bishop Stang. Markey works his way inside. They're going to say no basket. Again, NBA, that's continuation.
Yep.
You count the basket, but here, no. Foul on the floor. Not in the act of shooting, so they don't give you a continuation.
I think they called it on Sanan, as Lewis will check in.
But Bishop Stang will get a new shot clock. Lewis checks in.
And Coleman coming in,
Coleman
too.
comes back in. Paradise will check out along with Sari.
Unless there's foul trouble, Joe, this should be the 5 that's going to remain on the floor for the Hilltoppers.
With the basketball, that's Markey. Gets it to Clark, working against Sanan now. Now here's Vega. Tried to work his way inside. Very good handle on Luis Vega.
But it's a great matchup, isn't it, though? Him and Holly going at it.
Back and forth. Yeah. Vega works his way inside. Squeezes up a shot around the rim and in. Luis Vega.
I got him with 9. 43-40 in favor of the Spartans.
Here's Holly working against Vega. Very even on the speed and quickness side of things. Around the perimeter. Here's Hawley. Step past Vega, takes a three, rims out. Ball is loose, knocked out of bounds. They'll say it's off of Sanon over the back. Bishop Stang with a 3-point lead. Looking for, believe it or not, their first win of the season. So you can see again how competitive that conference must be.
Oh yeah, that Catholic conference must be tough.
Because they played a good game here tonight after a cold first quarter. Squeeze one up, no good by Markey, and the rebound to Sanon. Will advance it to Hawley. He's determined to get to the goal here. Left hand, spins it up and in.
He's determined, Joe. It sure was.
You could see it in his eyes, just came down, saw the defense backing up. Goes right to the goal, spins it in, 43-42 Bishop Stang. Here's Vega.
4:40 remaining in the contest.
He'll get it to Markey. Markey thinking about a low post pass to Clark, but instead goes up top to Morales. Morales has done a good job defensively off the bench. Hasn't taken a shot.
Down to 5 on the clock.
Clark tried to get it inside, deflected, ball all over the place, but Coleman comes away with it. Coleman's going to try to steamroll his way to the goal. Crashes into Siders, and unfortunately, Bishop Stang had reached in earlier than that because that would have been an offensive foul. But the foul was called before the collision with Siders.
And he will come out, actually. And checking in is Rosa.
Rosa checks in.
And then Golden's coming in. And Clark will take a rest.
And Valaro will check in. And Morales checks out. So Bishop Stang
making some substitutions.
Fresh legs out there.
Yep.
This is Sanon way up top.
Up by 1.
That's Lewis. Get it to Hawley. Working against Vega.
Another
Tries
good
to work
matchup.
his way inside. Vega's right there. Hawley. They're going to call a foul, and it was the right call.
Yep.
The official on the far side of the floor made the call, but it was the right call. As Vega was really pressuring Hawley there. Was on his back, and Bishop Stang is over the limit, so it's a 1-on-1 situation here now for Durfee.
4:02 remaining. Stang up by 1, and Hawley on the line.
Javon Hawley. Squeezes one up and in.
15 for the night for Hawley.
Hits them both. 16 now for Javon Hawley. And Durfee's back out in front, 44-43. Here's Vega. Vega.
Barely got that away.
Careful not to get a 5-second violation. Markey will get it back to Vega. Vega's going to try to work his way inside. Oh, nicely kicked it inside to Valaro, who was fouled. Check that. Golden, who was fouled inside.
Right. And Coleman will pick up that. I believe that's his 4th. Hit him on the side of the head, the official said. So Michael Golden, the sophomore, will shoot 2.
Gets the friendly roll. Third point. Yeah, pinched up against the backboard and the back of the rim.
So Paradise going to have to go in for Coleman. Paradise, I believe, with 3, and Coleman now with 4. So the crew's not going to roll with the punches with him. Kind of.
Coleman, no good. Golden, no good. So tied at 44. This is Rivera with the basketball. Gets it to Sanon. Back to Rivera. Way up top. Now Sanon. Left side of the arc. Works his way inside. Kicks to the corner. There's Hawley. Check that. Lewis. And he hits with a left hand.
Yeah, and a tough hit too, Joe.
Turned down the 3 because of the pressure coming at him. Pulled up from 12 feet and hit. That's only a 2 by Rosa. And he does a nice job, but a great save there by Hawley.
Whoa.
Get it to Lewis, and then a high pass by Lewis. Threw it away. He was looking for Sanon. The ball was way over Sanon's head. Sanon's pointing to his chest saying, my fault.
Hey, my fault.
He couldn't have caught that with a fishing net.
Down to 3 minutes in the contest, 46-44.
Bishop Stang down by 2. Around the perimeter. They get it to Markey. Needed to step out there. He had Paradise on him for a bit.
On the 10.
Here's Vega trying to work his way inside. Kicks to the corner. Rosa is going to have to take a 3.
Ooh.
Oh, no good. Rimmed out.
Ooh, that would have been a big 3 if that dropped.
2:36 left. Durfee up by 2. This is Lewis and Durfee, and their head coach, Joe DeCruz, called for a timeout.
Very surprised, though, Joe, in the last 3 or 4 possessions, if you notice for Durfee, Hawley hasn't touched the ball. No offense, but I want that ball in that kid's hand.
Every time.
Every time.
The ball's got to.
Nothing against Lewis and some of the other ones, but he's the guy that really controls the offense. Got to get him touching the ball.
And the other observation I had, conversely, on the other side of the floor, Vega's had the ball, but has been more passive than he was earlier in the night. So when he's getting the ball, he's not really being aggressive to try to get to the goal. He set up much of the offense for Bishop Stang. You mentioned him as a spark plug, certainly off the bench here tonight. And because of his ability to penetrate, he's gotten some better shots.
He has, but now he's got Hawley on him, Joe, and it makes it a little bit tougher. Hawley's a good defender.
Oh, no doubt.
And then they've been doubling when they've been coming with Lewis as soon as he starts to make the move. So I agree with what you're saying, but I think that Durfee has stepped up the D on that particular player, and so they're forcing it out of his hands and getting it to someone else. So 2:32, 46-44 our score. Hope you're enjoying this one on Facebook, and this has been a great game, and it's coming down to the wire.
We'll be back on 6 p.m. on Friday night on Facebook Live, so make a mental note of that or put it into your calendar. Inside, offensive. Paradise lowered the shoulder and knocked Michael Golden to the floor. Offensive foul against Paradise, and I believe now that's his 4th.
I believe so. Not happy with Rico Vicente, the bench of Durfee.
Here's Vega with the basketball. Gets to the right side of the floor, trying to find a pick from Markey. He'll shoot a 3. It hits. Ran off a pick, and Declan Markey hits a 3.
Hey, listen, Sanan was on him too. That's a big shot. Big time for it.
That's Lewis with the basketball. Now Rivera back to Lewis. Lewis way up top being guarded by Siders. Lewis with the basketball. Works to the paint. Kicks to the corner. Sanan being guarded by Markey. Now only 7 left on the shot clock.
Great defense.
Hawley trying to go against Vega. Teardrop, no good. Followed by Paradise.
Yeah, but great defense right there. But good move by Hawley. And Paradise just too big for Valero. And Kobe Santos will call timeout.
Durfee 48, Bishop Stang 47. Timeout on the floor called by Bishop Stang and their head coach, Colby Santos, with 1:33 left in this one. Low scoring, but an exciting ball game.
Durfee's got one more game. They play the Brockton Boxers in Brockton, and they're coming up, and they'll play that one on Friday. For Stang, after today, they got to go and stay home to Cardinal Spellman. Then they will go on the road to Arlington Catholic and then finish up back here against Bishop Fan. So 3 more games for Stang, just 1 for Brockton. And Joe, obviously, if we do something with these little mini playoffs, we might see one of these teams again.
Yeah, I'd like to see how Bishop Stang does if they're involved in any postseason play, because this has been an exciting one, evenly played affair. Remember, Durfee 6-2 coming into this, and Bishop Stang 0-8. So you can tell it's the quality of play in that Catholic conference that's probably really been the deciding factor why Bishop Stang has struggled. Here's Vega with the basketball, being guarded by Hawley. They get the ball out of his hands to Siders. Siders can shoot the 3, but has not shot it well here tonight. Oh, they get the ball wide open.
There it is.
Into the corner. That's Siders for 3. Back iron, no good. Tipped inside nicely by Vega. Now Markey with the basketball.
And that was against Paradise.
Bishop Stang's going to pull it out. Here's Markey trying to work to that left hand. Squeeze one up and in.
Yeah, someone's got to come over and help once he got by the first. No one did. Paradise doesn't want to pick up the 5th.
Such an advantage when you're a left-handed player, because everyone's used to overplaying to the right side, and Markey took advantage of it with a crossover dribble around the perimeter. Sanan in the corner, back to Lewis, now up top Hawley. 2-3 zone from Bishop Stang. Sanan in the corner. He's going to take a 3, and he hits.
How about the stroke by the freshman? Big 3 by Sanan.
Jason Sanan, 51-49. Durfee leads it.
30 seconds remaining.
Bishop Stang cannot hold it for the final shot, and you would not want to. Siders, teardrop, hits! Jacob Siders only with 5 points, but hits. Here's Sanan trying to work his way down the floor. 15 seconds left. The game's tied at 51.
And Holly wants it in his hands. There's
Holly,
no doubt. Wow.
and he's being guarded by Siders. Got to get it back to Holly.
Got to go to the basket.
7 seconds here.
Here he goes.
Holly tries to work his way inside.
Nice pass.
Gets it inside. Paradise. He lays it up and in, and that'll do it. What a pass from Javon Holly. The defense collapsed on Holly on the penetration. Got it to Paradise, who hit with 0.3 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, and that's what the official's going to put back on. And so I know they're excited and Hilltop will land, but there is 0.5, they're saying.
They're going to say 0.5.
So they get a chance. But, Joe, you did it. All 3 guys collapsed in the middle, and it's the presence of Holly to find Paradise, to know that he's on that side, and get it up high enough, and the big fella just a quick little jump, catch and shoot all in one release.
And not to force the shot,
That's
not
right.
to panic and force the shot thinking there's not enough time here.
Yep.
Now, again, remember with 0.5 seconds, you can get a shot off, but you do not advance the basketball like you do in the NBA. So you're inbounding from underneath the basket. You have to get it to someone, and then they have to get the shot off immediately. So Colby Santos must have been right at the official to call the timeout because the clock continues to run.
Well, they got
in
one
high school
play.
basketball.
Got to keep an eye on Maki.
Obviously, you're trying to get it to Markey under any circumstance here. And you just throw it the length of the floor, try to get it to Markey, and Paradise was there. Intercepts the pass, and that will do it. Well, it was an exciting one, and Durfee able to hang on after a 9-point first quarter lead and defeat Bishop Stang 53-51.
Well, if you wanted an excitement game, you got it right there, and it was a big win for Durfee. But it also goes to show, Joe, how good that Catholic Conference must be, because you finally got a local game for the Spartans, and they played tough basketball tonight. Unfortunately, not going to come away with this one, and will lose by 2. They were down most of the game, only had 3 chances, actually 3 lead changes. They got it, but not able to pull off the upset here tonight at the John C. O'Brien Gymnasium.
53-51. What a game. Durfee defeats Bishop Stang, improves to 7-2 on the season. Bishop Stang, believe it or not, is 0-9.
That is correct. And so they will get Cardinal Spellman, Arlington Catholic, and Bishop Fan to round their schedule off. Meanwhile, Brockton finishes home against this Durfee team, who comes away with a 2-point victory almost at the buzzer, with Holly hitting Paradise underneath for the quick 2 and the game winner.
I don't know if our cameras can shoot the other end of the floor, but you see the 2 players that are coming to Bishop Stang next season if we're able to get a shot
7 feet and 6'9" is what I'm heard. 2 sophomores from France, and Adam Oatani and Theo Stefan. And there they are there, and unfortunately for them, they were not able to, whether it was an MIAA rule, Joe, or a COVID rule. I'm not really sure what it was. Remember, you're coming from France, so I don't know what that was all about. But according to Colby Santos, they have some talent. They're only sophomores, so hopefully he'll have them next year.
You're going to have a big team when you do, because still plenty of talent for Bishop Stang off of this year's roster coming back in 2021. The final score for a final time from Bishop Stang High School and the John C. O'Brien Gymnasium. It was the Durfee High Hilltoppers 53 and Bishop Stang 51. For my partner Chris Santos, all of our staff here at the New Bedford Cable Network, I'm Joe Cabral. Tune in Friday night at 6 p.m. on Facebook Live as we bring you action from New Bedford High School with the Whalers taking on Dartmouth High. Have a good night, everyone.